Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Coming Out Cosmic podcast. My name is Christine Nowinski, ET Contactee, channel and founder of Coming Out Cosmic. I apologize if my voice sounds a little hoarse right now. I literally just woke up. It is 7:30 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, shit, I got to do this before my kids get up. But my kids are awake, Brody and Maya, 7 months old and 2 years old. And hopefully they do not interrupt too much of this intro, but I will try to keep it brief. This podcast is for those who are questioning reality. You don't have to believe everything that I say. You don't have to believe everything that anyone says. This podcast is really meant to just open your mind and expand your awareness and make you start questioning even more what you have been programmed to believe. I tell people all the time, I don't care if you believe me. I don't care if you think that I'm crazy. I don't care about any of that. The only thing that I truly care about during this great awakening, the only thing that is truly my mission with Coming Out Cosmic is to help expand your consciousness. And it's also to help you to feel comfortable in expanding your consciousness. It's one thing to go down rabbit holes at night and to read books about different esoteric topics that literally are expanding your mind and consciousness. That's one thing. But it's a whole other thing to then add that second layer of coming out cosmic, coming out authentically about what it is you're up to, what it is that you're interested in, what it is that you believe in, what it is that you may or may not have experienced. So many people are terrified to come out cosmic. And I get it. I totally get it. It is terrifying to tell somebody that you believe in aliens. For some people, that's really terrifying. Now add another step to that, add another layer to that, and imagine what it's like to then tell people that you channel aliens. Oh my God. Yesterday, here's a quick story before I get into this podcast episode. Yesterday, I went to my... I'm actually laughing thinking about it because this is like, some people probably think I'm off my rocker, but I'm at the point where like, I don't care because I know, one, that I'm not. And two, I know that I'm helping way more people than I am offending people. And even if I was offending a ton of people, I really don't care. Honestly, I feel like I'm just a little bit more, I'm a little bit more spicy this morning because I still haven't had my coffee. But anyway, I was at the dentist yesterday and I love my dental hygienist. She is so sweet. And we talk about mediumship and psychic development because her best friend just recently passed. As I'm sitting in the chair, I am getting psychic impressions of her friend. I am getting little bits and pieces of information about her friend who passed. However, when I am just in my day-to-day normal life, I don't like to be open. I don't like to invite in psychic impressions or dead people or even aliens to send me different messages throughout the day. I very much like being in this human incarnation, this human experience, being grounded, being down to earth, doing the normal 3D stuff, like going to the dentist and having a normal conversation, a normal bullshit conversation about what's going on in the world, you know? I actually do enjoy having that degree of normalcy because the work that I do is so abnormal. However, my conversation with my hygienist took a turn when she started asking me about what it's like to be at home with my kids and what it's like to not be working. Because during this time, like, my hygienist has known my journey from the beginning of when I got laid off in January 2025 all the way up till now. So now it's July 2026. She thinks that I have not been working this entire time because I didn't come out cosmic to her yet. She knows that I do reading. She knows that I'm a tarot reader, that I do all of that kind of stuff, but we haven't actually scratched the surface of the alien talk. So yesterday I was like, well, I'm just going to tell her exactly what I do. And I was like, I'm not just at home with my kids, because the question that she asked was, do you miss not working? And I know she means the traditional 9-to-5 job. And so I was like, well, actually I have my own company. It's called Coming Out Cosmic. And I am a social media content creator that talks about aliens. So that's typically how I start off the conversation. Like, I can tell if somebody is into aliens or accepting of aliens just within their energy. And so I knew within her energy that she'd be at least accepting of the topic of aliens. But I know that 90% of people have no idea what channeling aliens is. So that's why I don't start off by saying, oh, I channel aliens. I start off by building up my case, right? I start up by saying, okay, I have a company. It's called Coming Out Cosmic, because even in the name, you kind of understand perhaps what I mean. I'm coming out about my beliefs, right? And she was like, oh my God, aliens? Like, I totally believe in aliens. Me and my husband were just talking about aliens yesterday, and we're like, how can people not believe that there's aliens? And I was like, yes, exactly. So on top of the posting about my alien experiences, because I am an ET contactee, I'm also a channel. I'm an open channel. And she's like, oh, what is that? And I was like, well, have you ever heard of Bashar? Because Bashar, who is the entity that's channeled by Daryl Anka, he's also a voice channeler, trance channeler, whatever identifiers he uses. I'm not sure, but he's quite popular online. And so that's the best example that I can give people. If they are into aliens, then maybe they've also shifted over into understanding who Bashar is. She had no idea who Bashar was. And I was like, okay, great. This is not working in my favor right now. She has no idea what a channel is. So I told her, I was like, okay, so this guy, he openly channels an entity that is a higher dimensional entity, which could be considered an alien. He moves his consciousness aside and he allows for this entity to come in, and he voice channels the messages that's coming through this entity. And as I'm finishing up my explanation, at the same exact time, she says, wow, that's really weird. And at the same time, I say, that's what I do. It's so quickly, my hygienist was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. So this shit just like cracks me up, because people have no idea how to react to anything that I say, especially because it's so abnormal to be so open and public and authentic about what I do, because guys, I just don't give a shit. I really don't. I always talk about this book called The Courage to Be Disliked. Incredible book, book. If you're going through this awakening path and you're worried about what people think, I have been a people pleaser all of my life. I've been hyper vigilant. And honestly, I think I actually had an intuitive download about being a people pleaser the other day. And I think that it's even more difficult when you are sensitive to energies and you're also a people pleaser, because you don't understand that when you're people pleasing, you're actually good at people pleasing if you are sensitive to energy, because you can read that person's energy. You can read exactly what they're wanting in that moment. And so I'm getting the chills as I say that. So if you identify with any of what I said, or if you resonate with what I said and you're a people pleaser, maybe you're a people pleaser because you are really good at reading energy and you know what people need and want. And so there's a part of validation that you need in being a people pleaser that allows you to be good at it, because you're good at reading energy. Like, there's a whole thing involved with people pleasing that I just think is so fascinating. But I'm done doing all of that, guys. I am not here to please anybody. I am here just to share my channeling gift with the world, to help people come out cosmic, to normalize the strange, to awaken authentically, because there's a lot of spiritual leaders out there who are super into the awakening stuff. Great people, great intentions, but I feel like even a lot of spiritual leaders out there are not super authentic in what they're doing and how they're sharing their gift, because maybe there's still some fear in coming out cosmic completely and totally. You know what I mean? So then, wait, I said this was a short story. I apologize. It's not a short story. I have one more person that I talked to the other day, and that was after my dentist appointment. I went to my laser hair removal appointment, which, by the way, highly recommend. Best investment of my life. If you do laser hair removal, best investment ever. Okay, wait, I just had to go get Maya. I obviously made that story way too long, because then Maya woke up and she was screaming. So if you can hear her, she is trying to grab the microphone and put it in her mouth right now. And so this is going to be fun. But anyway, I will very quickly go on with my next story of who I talked to. It was, yes, the nurse at the laser hair removal appointment. She knows what I've been up to, because when you get your hair removed, it is a long process. Hey, did you hear that? Maya, she just burped. Oh my God. She's literally trying to eat the microphone. Maya. Okay, anyway, so I've had the same nurse over weeks. No, it's not weeks. It's months and months and months of appointments. And so she's been on my coming out cosmic journey for a while. She remembers like when I first hit 10K on TikTok, and then it moved on to Instagram and all these different milestones, right? So she just asked me the update. She's like, "Hey, so are you still doing TikTok? Is your dad still doing it with you?" Because for those who don't know, my dad and I have an Alien Talks with Dad live show. It's not really a show, it's a conversation. Maya just burped again. Okay. It is a conversation every other Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern on Instagram and TikTok live. My dad is an alien contactee as well. He used to work in the military. He saw a draconian in the physical. He also saw 3 different tall light beings, which we think are more Nordic beings. But he saw these in the physical, which is quite rare, to be honest. A lot of times you don't see them physically. You see them with your third eye. So anyway, we started this live show, and my nurse was asking me about it, and I was giving her the update. And then she started actually being super interested and intrigued in the channeling process, which I took as a green flag. Because when it came to my hygienist, she was like asking and she was interested, but she still had no idea what I was talking about. So I did not get into the logistics of how channeling works and what it actually is. I can understand the capacity in which somebody can contain information. So I did not go deeper with my hygienist, but it was a pleasure to be able to talk to my nurse and to tell her, hey, like channeling, I put my consciousness aside and I go into a deep trance meditative state, and different entities will come into my body and they will use my vessel to voice channel different messages. And so she was super intrigued. And then what ended up happening was she gave me a referral. She told me the name of somebody who is coming out cosmic in Buffalo, in Springville, actually, for those who are in Buffalo and know where that town is. There's this guy, his name is Jordan. I can't remember his last name, but he went on like a pretty famous podcast and he started talking about his experiences in remembering the experimentation that was done on him by ETs. And so I don't know too much more about his story, but the second I found out that there was somebody else openly talking about alien contact in Buffalo, I was like, shit, I need to connect with this guy because, and I'm getting the chills as I say that. So I really do hope that he messages me back because I messaged him on Instagram. I really love this global digital online audience with Coming Out Cosmic, but it is another one of my missions to have more local support in my own town. You know what I mean? I would love to host different small workshops in person here in Buffalo where we just get together and we talk about aliens. Like, people don't do this. At least they don't do it in Buffalo. I don't know where you guys are from, but we need more of the local community getting involved. And so I can't wait to connect with this guy and see what maybe we can create together. So anyway, I share all of that to let you know that from my perspective, I do think that alien contact is becoming more and more normal, which is great. Obviously, if you're in this community, you probably believe that too, because you may have a couple people that you can talk to about alien contact. But you will find that in this episode, in this podcast episode, I am giving you an inside scoop of a one-on-one channeling session with somebody who really does not have anyone to talk to about alien contact. In fact, she admits in this podcast episode that she just got her first tarot deck and she's terrified of letting others know that she has a tarot deck. So even though from my perspective in my own life, I think that alien contact is becoming more normal because I can hold those conversations in normal life with my hygienist and my nurse, I do know and I believe that there are other people who are very strongly struggling with coming out cosmic. So this will be a really interesting episode because of course it's done with my client's permission. I use her name. I use the audio only from the one-on-one session, and this is all agreed upon by the client. If you have a one-on-one session that's been recorded with me and you'd like to be on the podcast, please reach out to me and let me know, in the hopes that it does help other people in their awakening journey. It's so funny because my client was saying how she went down a rabbit hole when she found me on Instagram. She didn't know that ET channeling was a thing. So this episode will be really interesting. to get the perspective of somebody who's totally new to this. She asks really good, amazing questions. Her reactions are so funny. She's got so many mind-blown reactions. I love my client's energy. Thank you so much again for allowing for me to put this on the podcast. This episode talks about spirit babies. We talk about a past lifetime as a bank robber. We talk about a whole host of topics for this client. And at the end of this episode, my client asked if it was okay to ask me, my consciousness, some questions about coming out cosmic in general when I'm not in trance meditation. And she's like, I just need to know, like, how are you doing this? And I was like, sure, of course. So I answer a host of questions at the end of the podcast, just with regard to how I'm able to have this channeling gift that I share publicly, how I'm able to have 2 babies, how I'm able to sustain life. I gotta tell you, it's kind of difficult because Maya's still trying to grab my microphone right now. What does my husband think about all this? So make sure to stick around to listen to the normal Q&A at the end of this podcast episode. And thank you so much for listening. If you like the podcast, please rate it 5 stars, or whatever you think the podcast deserves. I do believe that authentic rating is important as well. And reach out to me. Join my free school community if you'd like. That's where you can find more channeled materials for free. And then there is a premium tier where for $44 a month, you get access to at least 2 live events. One event is where I live channel answers in a group setting. Another event is an activation class meant to activate you in some way. We have a breathwork class coming up on the 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Breathwork changed my life as it pertains to channeling, so check out my school community if you'd like to have an inside scoop of more content with Coming Out Cosmic. And I will stop talking now because I know I talk a lot. This is why I think I'm quite naturally a channel. This is why I think that when I channel, a lot of information comes through because I don't shut up. So without further ado, here is the podcast episode. Are you already intentionally connecting to aliens?
No.
No. Well, they are with you.
That's why we're here today.
Right?
That's why I found you.
Okay, so sorry, I got distracted there. So the recording is in Pensite. It's going to be in the chat. So
Okay.
it only like takes about a couple minutes after the call to actually upload to the chat feature. So that's where it will be found. But if you have issues and you need help finding it, just let me know.
Okay.
I'm just looking at your form. I'm very curious about it. I met with mediums, Akashic records. Okay, so you've been on the awakening path.
I don't even remember what I wrote. It was like 2 months ago. So.
Oh yes. So it looks like pretty broad. So spiritual awakening, guidance. So a little bit of everything. Okay, perfect. Yep. Perfect. Really excited to see what comes through. Yay. Okay. Did you by chance, sometimes the email goes to, what is it called? Like the trash folder or the spam folder.
Okay.
Did you by chance get an email from me with a video about the session?
No. But I did watch a couple of your one-on-ones, so I'm a little
familiar. You did?
Yeah.
So you kind of know what's going on. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. The only other, some of the things that I cover in the prep video is that I typically come out at least 1 or 2 times for water. I'll probably come out at least twice today because it is so hot.
Yeah.
And on that note, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. I have mine.
You had drink the water. It was so weird because so right when I come into a one-on-one session, I like pick up on the energy before because I drive to my parents' house to do these readings. And there was already like a lot of galactic ties coming through for you, which I thought was super interesting. So we're going to see who's coming through it. Because a lot of times with these sessions, people come in with their questions, but then a whole other host of other questions come through. It's like the ETs like say something and they're like, hold on, tell me more. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I do start off with pulling some cards, just kind of like where they want to take the conversation. But is there anything that you want for me and my consciousness to know about you that might inform the situation, the reading?
Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about me and what's going on. And I also had, like, if you want to do at the end when we're done, or if you want to do it now, like before we get into everything, I have some questions for you, just like on a basic, like personal level on like how you manage this stuff and like how you feel about like other people. How did you like literally come out? Because that's kind of where I am right now. And I don't know how to handle, like, I have a few questions for you if you're open to that, but
Oh
we
my
can
God, of
save
course.
that till like later. It's hard to find people who are like spiritually in the same position as you.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
super validating. I'm so happy that you brought that up, and absolutely I have time to talk to you about that
Yeah.
because it's confirming something that I feel like is a need in the
Yeah.
spiritual community right now, which is like I call it the courage to come out cosmic. And I'm
Yeah.
actually the reason why I paused my one-on-ones is so I can work on that. I want it to be like a live like coaching program.
Yeah.
Yeah, people do the spiritual stuff, but they don't actually talk about like, oh, this is how I told my mom.
Right? That's exactly what I was going to ask you. Like,
Yeah,
what do you do when you're at school and then like, some of the other parents find out like what you do for a living and
I
then you have
know.
to explain like so I'm kind of like in this transition right now where I'm like, how am I going to explain this to
Oh my God.
so I
I
was going to ask you, it like came to
yeah.
me today. I was like, oh, maybe I'll ask Christine like what she did.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God,
so
so many insights I can
that's
share.
so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. But we could save that.
Okay.
So for me and like why I'm here, first of all, I found you on Instagram and
Okay.
it was just like on my feed and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so fascinated by this. I didn't know people could channel aliens." And then I went down a rabbit hole and I'm like, "Oh my god." And I couldn't stop thinking about it, which is my knowing of like, "Okay, I have to do it."
Oh, I love
So then I was like, "All right, so things for me like growing up, I've had lots of experiences with spirit. I've had visions, I've had knowings, I've had like lots and lots of things that have kind of culminated. And then I have two kids. During my second pregnancy, like 2 years ago, it just like all unfolded all together almost. Like I had a spontaneous astral projection, I want to call it. Like it was an out of body experience that I had. Totally rocked me. I was like, it was during a dream. So it didn't happen. Like I wasn't forcing it, like nothing. It just like happened.
Mhm.
And I didn't know what to do with that. So what did I do? I went to see a priest the next day because I was like, I don't know what to do. And he wouldn't hear me. He would not listen to me. I was brought up Catholic.
Same.
So, okay. So after that, he was like, say 100 Hail Marys. I'm like, dude, I've got a 2-year-old at home. I don't have time to say 100 Hail Marys. And after that, I was like, there has to be somebody out there that'll understand me. And it's like the floodgates opened up. And I remembered, like, I had met with a medium before who had given me homework to do, and I never did it because I thought, like, this isn't my time. I'm going to close the door on this. I went back to that email from years ago. I bought all the books, I read everything I could read. I've started meeting a lot more spiritual people. Now I'm friends with mediums and astrologers, and I have these people in my corner, and we're talking about these things. And then more and more things started to happen to me. So I'd say it was like all of my life, but really in the past 2 years. So I did an Akashic Records reading in December, and my biggest question that I have for you and everything today is like, what is my purpose here? Like,
Mhm.
I know that there's something, but I have no direction. I have no clarity. I need to know, like, what are my spiritual gifts? Which direction would be best for me to go in? Because I have a lot of interests and I think I'm going the right way, but I don't know. Because then I thought I would never, ever buy a tarot deck. And guess who bought a tarot deck a
That's
couple weeks ago?
girl, I didn't even like aliens. I didn't even like
Yeah. Okay.
that's so funny. We're on such a similar path. Good for you. Okay. Oh, definitely. We can go into a lot of that stuff too. Do you have any there's something else coming up. So you have two kids.
Hmm.
Have you ever had three? Why is three coming through? Have you ever had a miscarriage? Are you wanting
Oh, yeah. No, and I better not have a third floating around because I'm telling you, I can't handle another one.
I
This is
better not have a third. Okay, I'm gonna have them talk about what this third why three is coming through. It can be super symbolic. It could be that there was another on the other side who wanted to come through. I'm not really sure. They're saying it's not that relevant, but I'm sure it'll
yeah.
in some
But it's
way.
interesting you actually brought that up because now that I think about it, like I always pictured three. Um, Now that I'm in this life, like I don't want a third, but I have pictured three. I've seen myself with three, like taking professional photos outside. Like for some
That's
reason, I
what I
kind
just
of
saw in my
saw
I know.
three.
I'm
But
getting
it's weird. And I don't I honestly, like my hands are full. I
Oh yeah,
can't.
no, that's the best part about like free will decisions is like you could come into this life with the blueprint of having three, and then you come
Yeah.
here and you're like, I only want two. So interesting. I'm gonna have them talk about that because I think there was intentionally supposed to not supposed to be, but I
It's
think there.
interesting because I agree. I get the chills like you do.
Oh
Like if
good.
I'm meditating, I get the chills. And lately, which we can ask too, my hands are like burning.
Oh
Like
good.
something's going on with my hands.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know because I was never really into Reiki before. But I wonder, like, so in the Akashic Records reading that I had, and it could be the reader's fault. I don't want to like push it on her or judge her, but she was not able to pull through one past life. She only told me that there's like a common theme. But I don't want to accept that. I would like to know, I need to know like what is my most significant past life? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what that now I'm like trying to tap into her and see what's going on.
Yeah.
I wonder with her, it feels like there was some sort of like actual self-doubt and fear. I think that's
Okay.
what a lot of it had to do with. Oh, okay. So
Sorry. We're a
already,
million places now. Okay.
yes. So, no, this is all great. As you're talking, I'm just kind of pulling through cards, and it's so interesting to see like what's coming through. First and foremost, they're showing me emotions in the upright and money in the upright. So it seems like even though like this is like a wild ride, right? Like 3D, 5D, awakening, blah blah blah. It seems like your emotions are
I
pretty.
got a bug just landed right here, right on my like right where my questions are. It's like all it's a gnat, but it's on my questions. That was wild. I'm sorry. Keep going.
That's so funny. That could be a mantis being.
Somebody here.
Yeah, we'll get them to say who it might be.
Okay, emotions and money.
Would you say that like your emotions how are your emotions? They seem in check.
I feel like I'm more in check right now than in the past. Obviously, like the past year and a half postpartum, like I'm
Yeah,
all over the place.
yeah,
But right now, I feel pretty solid.
good.
And I wonder if the money thing is coming up because I have been thinking about like which direction I'm going to go in, but I don't want to do it from a perspective of making money. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh my God.
I have no income, so like that would be great, but you know what I mean? Inherently, I want to be a good person and all I want to do is help people.
Oh my God,
So I don't
that's
want to do it for
why
money. Yeah.
it's so interesting. They're showing me possessions in the reverse. So it's like the reversal of materialistic. There's the orb. It just now it's going all around you. Okay. I'll clock it. That's where the orb is.
I'm glad you got it, but it's also funny because last night my husband and I had a conversation about money, and he was like, "Yeah, but if you can make money, you should make like." He comes from a totally different like he's not spiritual in this sense, so he's like, "Yeah, but if you could do something to make money, you should," and I'm like coming from the opposite, so that's interesting that that came up.
It, wait, what'd you tell your husband this call was?
Oh, I told him everything. I mean, I have to be honest.
I love that for you. Okay, good. I was just so curious as I'm
He
like,
believes in aliens. He does. He
okay,
thinks this is a little too far out, like a little
yeah,
too woo woo, like the
yeah.
most woo woo thing I've done. But he's like interested.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah,
Oh my God. I'm feeling like if you want to, you should
yeah,
if you want to ask about your like soul connection with him or like relationship with him, that could be
yeah.
interesting.
And you know what? I will because I have a feeling intuitively of what it is. I could tell you right now, but I don't want to.
No, don't. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's
Okay.
most of the time, 99% of the time they validate what you know. So that's really
Okay.
good. Now two things more that I want to point out before I go under. They're showing me heart chakra in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. There's something where there's like not like what is it? It's like it's not fully open. It's not a bad thing, nor is it a good thing. It's just neutral, the chakras, and whether or not they're fully open or not. It depends
Yeah.
on where you are in your life. So right now, for some reason, it's just not like fully emanating outward. So I'm wondering what that has to do with anything. It's something you're not consciously aware of, which is why it's at the bottom of the deck.
Okay.
You can see if there's something that wants to come through with that.
Yeah.
But also showing me crown chakra in the reverse. Now, this is so interesting because what they're I don't know why. Okay, they're showing me your crown chakra, up here, the connection to consciousness, divinity, God, source, whatever. They're showing it to me like a sprinkler. Like it's like you have a connection,
Mm-hmm.
Kind of going all over the place. Do you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Yeah.
Not feeling like I feel like you have spurts of intuition and you've got spurts of like these crazy like moments, but because it's going all over the place and it's not completely connected from the crown all the way down to your root chakra, you're not grounding those experiences enough to like understand them. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense?
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. I'm having spurts of things like that. I feel like there's a blockage, or I feel like since I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom,
Mhm.
maybe this isn't like my time. Maybe I need to, like, because I'm all over the place.
Same.
I
Yeah.
don't have a second, I don't have a second to breathe until they go to bed at night and I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
So it could be that I'm just like not able to focus. Like, I don't have 5 minutes to meditate.
Right. Right. Right.
But
Totally.
it could be that, or I sometimes I feel like I have a blockage. I
Okay.
just feel like that. I don't know why.
We will see. Um, we will see what they say about that.
Yeah.
Um, they're very hesitant to use the word block only because like if they use it and you believe it, you create it, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So we'll see what they have to say about it. Um,
Okay.
they're also showing me, this is so funny because this is not the ET race that I'm going to channel because I don't know much about them, but they're showing me the Taotians.
I
And
don't
so
even know who that is.
it's funny because the words are resilient, bold, and sassy. And so there's some of that energy coming from you. Not in like a
Okay.
bad way,
That
but
resonates.
that's so funny. There's like a boldness, like it's funny because they're saying like I can't believe she hasn't come out like fully cosmic yet. It is kind of like the
Oh, okay.
vibe. Um, okay, so we'll see what they have to say. Do you have any questions for me before I go under? And you don't have to like read the
I'm
list.
like thinking if there's anything else that I didn't mention. But I think I mentioned it all. So I'm excited. I'm ready to like,
Okay, yeah, to see and to see.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm hanging on to the outside of my body.
Yeah.
So for the most part, I'm still pretty conscious, but the deeper and the more I do this, the more in trance I go. So I don't always remember. So
Okay.
I think that's all I want to say. Oh, the other thing, they tend to be long-winded. Cut them off.
Yeah.
You need to.
Really.
And
I'll
they
interrupt you if it's too much. Okay.
they don't think they talk a lot because I talk a lot. So they're using the personality of the channel.
Okay.
And so that's why it'll happen. But
Okay.
yeah, they're really excited. Okay, so I'll talk you through how I go under. We are recording. Yes. Okay. I'm going to record on my phone just in case because Mercury's in retrograde.
Yes. It
So
sure
I'm not
is.
fucking around with any of this. All right. So I am connecting myself. Well, first I'm putting around a bubble of white light protection around myself. I'd ask for you to do the same with a layer of transparency. Any protection that you like, that you would want to call in, do so now. We're also calling in our guides. We're going to take a deep breath in and exhale together. So let's take a deep breath in and exhale and set the intention to connect for the highest good of all involved. I'm connecting myself up into the cosmos and back down into the center of the earth. My intention is to only connect with high vibrational beings for the highest good of all involved with love, authenticity, joy. Low vibe entities are not allowed anywhere near this channel. I'm a divine channel of white light source energy. Who wants to come forward and talk to Lana today? Oh, yes, Lana, these are the Lyrans who are coming forward. Now, we're coming forward because we are in mostly of resonance with Christine, and we can, of course, go into what your Lyran ties are if you would like to. But without further ado, we'd like for you to take over the session. What question would you like to begin with? Yes.
Hi. I'd like to begin with what is my soul's purpose in this lifetime and what are my spiritual gifts?
Yeah. So give us a second. These are two very heavy loaded questions. And one thing that we wanted to explain about these two questions. First off, what we wanted to say is different spiritual gifts are activated at different times within your life. So we're going to go through your higher self to see which ones you are able to even know about at this time, because sometimes there is mystery in this, and that is part of your soul's journey. Christine's actually popping. Christine talks to us telepathically as we're in her body. And so she's wanting to make sure that you can hear us okay. There's just a little bit of feedback in the audio.
Yep. Yep. I hear you. Perfect.
Very good. So let us go into the spiritual gifts before we go into mission work. So give us 1 second. You are very good at reading energy. You're very good at reading people. Have you found this to be true in your case? Have you activated this yet?
Yes.
This is the image that we're showing Christine. Literally, it's quite, Christine's laughing in the background. It's quite a comical image. It would be as though you are standing in a room and you are staring at somebody, and as though there are lasers coming out of your eyes and you're just scanning the energy of that person. You're very good at understanding and knowing when somebody is lying as well. And so you're very good at this energy scanning. You literally scan people's energy with your own energy. Does this make sense?
Yes, it does.
Very good. Did you have questions about this gift? Because it is a gift. Not many people have this activated yet before we go into another gift.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it was a gift and it's not just me doubting or thinking that it's just purely social cues, but it is, because I feel like I am reading energy.
You are. Now, it is, of course, very beneficial to understand some of the human behavior, psychology, sociology, any of those subjects. It's important, if you feel a resonance with those topics, that you look into that if you are into understanding social cues from the analytical viewpoint. However, we want to validate for you that this is not an analytical well, it can be partly an analytical thing for your human brain to understand that you're doing it, but it is you actually reading energy intuitively with your claircognizance, which is the psychic ability of knowing without knowing how you know. Yes. Does this make sense?
Love that you just brought that up. Yes.
Yes, very good. While we're on the topic, did you want us to tap into all of the other clairs and where you are in your development?
Yes, please. And if there were any other gifts.
Oh, yes, we will continue with that. Give us 1 second. Okay. Now, this is quite interesting. This is the image that we're showing Christine. We're going to try to channel the information through. Now, the image is of you being literally planted into the earth, your feet being planted into mud. So give us a second as we try to decipher the language around this image. 1 second. Okay, thank you. Okay. Very interesting. Now, this is more symbolic, and it is of your resilience and of your ability to not be held back by certain circumstances. So let us put it this way. You are not one to easily give up on yourself or on others, etc. This is why the resilient, bold, and sassy card came up for you in your energetic field. It's because you have this resilience to you that many humans do not have because they are fearful. You do not carry fear. Of course, you have some fear, but this is a gift, being able to literally trudge along in certain circumstances that may keep people feeling behind and feeling stuck. You actually have the will to continue moving forward. This is a gift that is not as much spiritual, but it is a gift within the obstacles of this 3D reality that you wanted to make sure you had with you when you came into this human incarnation. Now, does this make sense? Did you have questions about this one?
Yes, makes sense. No questions.
Very good. We'll get into other gifts and also your clairs. Give us 1 second. Okay, and your clairsentience is very strong. The psychic ability of feeling. Now, of course, you know this with the chills that you experience, and your hands. Do you also experience ear ringing?
Yes.
Yes, this is your clairaudience that is starting to come online. We actually, okay, your journey is extremely similar to Christine's. This is why you two are a very close mirror reflection to one another. When you are falling asleep at night, do you hear conversations?
No.
This will begin. This will begin soon. We are planting a seed. This is part of the clairaudience coming online. And this would be you tapping into different liminal spaces and different dimensions. This is when you will know that your clairaudience is becoming more and more activated, when you literally start hearing conversations from other people when you're about to fall asleep. So this is still becoming activated, but it is, from the starting point, it's activated because you're already experiencing the ringing in your ears. Any questions on clairaudience?
Yes. Will I be able to discern what is thought versus what is intuition or conversations?
There is quite a bit of entanglement that's happening in your field right now. So let us see what this is. 1 second. Okay, very interesting. So going back to the analytical versus intuition when it comes to development of psychic abilities. For you, it is actually going to be very beneficial for you to learn more from the analytical standpoint what is a thought form versus what is a parasitic entity versus what is imagination versus what is intuition. It is very important for you to start learning about those terms and defining them for yourself. That is why you are feeling entanglement with all of these different energies. They're not separated out and categorized yet because you are yet to define them yourself. Does this make sense?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, very good. Now, Christine's asking if there are, yes, there are different parasitic entities that enter into your mind's field, into the mental field for you. This is very normal for people on an awakening path. We are just letting you know that not everything that is within your mind is your own. So we're validating that. We're giving Christine the chills. Please understand that you're going to start knowing, and we're planting a seed. You can use your free will to work with your guides and how you want to know when it is a parasitic entity. However, what's coming through is you will start to know when it is something that's not you, and you're going to feel it in your gut. Your solar plexus is literally going to start becoming more activated and making it have some sort of gut sensation. Yeah.
Can you tell me, like, at what point in time can I expect these gifts to be activated, at least like the clairaudience? Is this going to happen soon?
Now that we have officially planted the seed, and now that you understand that this is possible, and you are a very powerful psychic, that it's going to expedite the process. When it
Okay.
comes to exact future, it's very difficult for us to say because of the free will decisions in
Right.
this reality. But we would say within very quickly, within it depends on your definition of quick, but we're showing within a couple of months, you're going to see a very noticeable difference. Your higher self is chiming in here and saying that you may actually experience different things after this call, and to be
Okay.
aware of that. And that is not a warning, that is more of a joyful, fun celebration. They're very happy you're here. Yes.
Okay, so not necessarily a parasitic entity. And is there another layer of protection that I should be doing to like ward off against parasitic entities, or is this just a normal thing?
This is a normal thing. It is because
Okay.
you are a bright light and because you are awakening up to your power and to your potential. And so this is something that very often happens to Christine, but she knows when something is not correct and when it's something else. And typically it's when something feels very mean and comes out of the blue. And if you have
Mm,
a reaction to it, a very negative reaction to it, that would be an entity. So nothing, you don't need protection. You just need awareness. Yes.
understood. Okay. Okay.
Did you want to go into the other spiritual gifts?
I definitely want to go into clairvoyance if we can do that.
Oh, yes. Let us give Christine an image here. One second. Hmm. Now, just clarify one thing for the channel. Would you say that your clairvoyance is not, it's not seeming as though it's activated yet? Or
Yes
are
and
you
no. I
seeing?
would say in the past, like I've had a couple experiences, but right now it's more of just coming in as a knowing with no vision.
Yes, this is how it's going to begin for you, because what we're showing now, this is very interesting. Okay, this is the image that we're showing Christine. Imagine literally a third eye in the middle of your forehead, but the third eye is squinting as
Mhm.
though it doesn't actually believe what it is seeing.
Mhm.
So this is what would happen if your clairvoyance completely came online right now,
Mhm.
is what you're seeing, what you would see, you would completely not believe. You would have a lot of self-doubt, and it would bring about a lot of self-doubt within all of your psychic abilities. And so what's actually needing for you to what you're needing to develop is more of this is what we're calling it, perceptual discernment of the energies around you. This is why you're starting to feel and you're starting to know before you see. Yes.
Understood. Okay.
Let's see. Other. Did you want us to go into the other clairs, or more spiritual gifts?
I think more spiritual gifts.
Okay. Let us see. Now, your higher self is chiming in and saying, it is not just that you have spiritual gifts, but you have gifts within this lifetime that make for the human experience to be a bit easier. And so, would you like to know more about those? We would consider them 3D benefits, because they're not wanting to give you too much more about spiritual gifts, as it is now it's been sufficiently planted in terms of some possibilities that they want you to work on without overwhelming you.
Yeah, I do want some more guidance and clarity on spiritual gifts. If you want to talk about Um, 3D gifts, that's fine too. But if we can circle back and go back to the spiritual gifts.
Let us pose a question here, because we are
Yeah,
not wanting to infringe on your free will here, and your higher self is actually stepping in.
I
What
know.
is it that you would want to accomplish? What is it that your dream spiritual ability would be? And we could help you get there and assess what that is. Yes.
I don't know because I feel like my passions and like my interests are changing so much. Like I never thought I would be interested in Akashic records, never thought I'd be interested or believe in past lives. Now I own a tarot deck. Like things are unfolding for me and happening. So it's hard for me to really put my finger on it. I never thought I'd be interested in Reiki, and yet I'm going to go to a Reiki certification class soon. But I don't know if that's going to be something that's just going to open a door for me to go to the next thing, which just seems like it's been happening. It seems like everything is like a stepping stone to the next thing. But
Always.
I don't know if I should stop and say, oh, okay, this is the thing I should focus on.
Mm,
I just want more clarity on like and guidance. What is the right path
yes.
for my soul in this lifetime?
We want to validate and confirm for you that you are in a collection phase right now. And so let us put it this way, a collection phase in terms of understanding what modalities and spirituality that is going to be best in resonance with you and with your energy. So, yes, going for the Reiki certification, using the tarot deck, everything that you've already been intuitively led to do is exactly the right path for you. And so we are validating and confirming. Sometimes spiritual people they can fall into a trap of never having enough knowledge, and they continuously seek, but it is because they're trying to fill a void of not feeling good enough. This is not the case for you. You are actually actively interested in all of these topics, and you are on a pathway to discover more and more about yourself in every single lead that you follow. So we're going to start there. Do the Reiki, do the tarot. We are going to tell you from the highest soul mission, one of the most prominent reasons why you came here, because there are various reasons as to why a soul will incarnate, is because you wanted to be a bridge. You wanted to be a middleman between the physical and the non-physical. And so for you, you're actually going to explode a lot of your mediumship abilities before you enter into the galactic cosmic space. It is your free will to decide what you would rather do, of course, but we do see you actually becoming quite comfortable with connecting with mediumship work. Now, dead people are not always as fun as us galactics, but you do have a natural tendency to feel when they're around you anyway, and they're wanting to connect with you. And so mediumship, if that's something that you feel called to, is a stepping stone to then more galactic stuff if you would like. Now, Christine's saying we're talking a lot and do allow for you to interject.
So would you say that I have a gift that I can channel? Because
Oh,
I haven't
absolutely.
received. Okay.
Here's the thing. Every human being can do this.
Yeah.
Christine is not special, and she knows this. And so she's laughing in the background. She's saying, hey, hey.
Right.
However, this is accurate. We are showing that for you to be able to get to, we don't even want to call it a level of channeling, just to be able to comfortably voice channel in this way. Your path right now is seeming to go through the mediumship route, and being very comfortable with those denser energies before you start channeling higher energies, if this makes sense.
That is so interesting because I was just thinking yesterday how I didn't want to go and pursue mediumship.
It's yes, this is now this is one of those situations where you have to ask yourself, where does the resistance lie? Because sometimes resistance is your intuition telling you absolutely something is not for you, but other times resistance is just a bit of a fear. And so we would want to plant the seed. Where is this coming from? And it is
Mhm.
okay if you choose not to go with mediumship. We can talk you through more of this if you would like, but from our perspective, you actually come from a lineage of very gifted mediums. And we're talking about your ancestors here, not necessarily people in this lifetime, although your relatives have had experiences. They just don't want to talk about it. And so we're giving Christine the chills as validation. We're showing you from a past lifetime. Oh, so funny. Christine's laughing in the background. Very stereotypical gypsy type lifestyle this was, where you had literally a crystal ball, literally a gypsy, where you were
I
doing.
can't believe you said that. My husband calls me a gypsy almost every day.
Yes, he's literally picking up on the energies of you and of your past lives. You actually literally were a gypsy, yes.
In what, can you tell me more about that?
Oh,
Anything
yes.
you can give me. Yeah.
So in this lifetime, you had okay, this is quite interesting. So now, because we're using the information in Christine's brain, Christine is not very good with geography and with time in terms of the 18th century, all that kind of stuff. And so we're going to give you more information about your family and what you were doing in this lifetime
Mhm.
in this instead of the time and location, because time and location actually does not matter. But actually, we're showing you in Ireland. This is where you were. Now, in this lifetime, you did have 3 children, 333. Of course, this is coming up for you, and it's coming up for you again in this lifetime. You did have 3 children. You had 2 boys and you had 1 girl.
Mhm.
They were very close in age. You had babies back to back. And your husband at the time, you were not married. He would have been more considered your partner, and he was in and out of the picture.
Mhm.
So you had faced instability in this lifetime, and you had actually used your spiritual gifts to help fund the family to help pay for living. But you were actually you did not have a problem with this. You were the renowned. We're trying to use a word here that Christine's not sure of. You were we'll put it this way, the person to go to for mediumship readings in this town at that place in time. And so you were quite famous. Of course, this ended up having there was a lot of darkness around, not darkness around you, but there were a lot of people who did not like you. You were actually betrayed by this is very interesting. You were betrayed, but we would put it this way, betrayed by an associate who was telling he would be like the mayor of the town in some capacity. You were betrayed by an associate, and we're not using the correct vocabulary, so take what resonates, who
Yeah.
had put you under the bus in some capacity, and you ended up no longer carrying on with your mediumship gifts because the town then we're trying to find the word, ostracized you. That would be the word. And so a little bit of that is lingering into this lifetime. This is why you're feeling this is why you're feeling hesitant to fully step forward into your spiritual gifts, because you have suffered various lifetimes where when you did actually go forward with your spiritual abilities and you made money from them, although money was not it was significant in past lifetimes, it's not as significant in this lifetime, we understand. This is why you're feeling some sort of hesitance because of this residual energy. Does this make sense?
Yes, it does. Okay. I have a question about this lifetime, and then I have a question about something else because you said it.
Yes.
Was this my most significant past life?
This was one of no, no.
Okay.
This was coming up because of the conversation about spiritual abilities. Yes.
Right. Okay. So could you tell me about my most significant past life? And then when you mentioned 3 children in this specific life, and then Christine and I were speaking before we started, is there a reason why the number 3 is coming up in my current lifetime regarding children?
Yes, there is a little girl around you. We
In this lifetime?
so let us put it this way.
Okay.
She is in and around you. Now Christine calls them spirit babies.
Mm,
She is coming forward as a potential. Now, of course, you have free will. You get to decide whether or not you want to have another kid. And if you declare, I don't want to have another kid, there is no problem there. But we
mm,
will say that she was included in the original blueprint because she is actually coming from, actually, this is very interesting. All 3 of those children have been reincarnated. Let us put it this way. 2 of the children from that lifetime as a gypsy, those are your 2 children now, and this is the third that would be coming from that lifetime as well. And
wow.
so this is why there is a third that's coming up in and around you. But she is also saying that she completely understands whatever decisions you have. There is, of course, overwhelm as it pertains to having 3 kids, and she understands. So there is no need to have another if you do not want one.
Wow. Okay. And then can you tell me what my most significant past life was then?
Yes. Are you wanting to go more human or galactic?
Wow, I didn't realize there was an option.
Yes.
Can we do both?
Yes, give us a second to see what this is.
Okay.
Okay, let us now. Okay, very good. Thank you. We are talking to your higher self about what would be most important for you to know about.
Yes.
And so the first thing that we wanted to let you know, we like to typically assess a person's spiritual evolution from the soul level and how many lifetimes one has had. Now, the scale completely ranges when it comes to Christine's clientele, and so you must always take it as it resonates because that's what she's comparing it by. That's what we're doing it for her. And so for you, give us one second. Okay, we'll put it this way, mid to old soul, or you could say that you are an old soul, but more of an earlier old soul. Now, that just typically means that you have had many incarnations and much experience as a soul. So that would be how we'd categorize in that way. Now, okay. They're being very, yeah, okay, thank you. They're being very strong about the amount of lifetimes that you've had. You have had tens of thousands of human lifetimes, but you have had hundreds of thousands of galactic lifetimes. And
Wow.
we're knowing that this may seem crazy, but it is absolutely true that the majority of the people who are on this planet right now, they are extremely evolved beings, you and Christine included. And so that is where we would begin. Now, we can go into a relevant human lifetime and then a relevant galactic lifetime if that's what you would like to do.
Yes. Okay.
Give us one second.
Okay. I'm specifically wanting to know too if there are any things that have come over from those two significant lifetimes to this life.
Yes. Okay. If there's karma.
Yeah. Yeah. Karma or contracts or gifts. Right.
Okay. This is very interesting. Okay. Let us ask you. So interesting. We apologize because what's happening now is we're showing Christine an image. Her consciousness is coming through and she's having a reaction to the image that we're showing her. Okay, we're giving Christine the chills as validation because she's not very much trusting this, but it is accurate. So what's happening is we're showing her an image of a human lifetime in which you were actually a bank robber.
Oh.
Now, please understand, of course, with tens of thousands of human lifetimes, you have had all different types of incarnations, good, bad, light, dark, etc. And so there is a reason why this one's coming through. You were a bank robber and you were a career criminal. We'd put it that way. You were male in this lifetime and you would literally rob banks for all sorts of people. You would do it for people and they would give you certain protections. It's odd because it had a little bit of an elitist point of view to it, but you would also help out people who needed money, not quite like Robin. And Christine's not sure if it was Robin Hood. However, anyway, that's beside the point. The reason we're bringing this up as a significant human incarnation to know about is in that lifetime after you had stolen a bunch of money for various reasons. You were still not happy. You learned in that lifetime very early on. In fact, your soul actually learned very early on that money does not solve problems. It can solve some problems, but you learned from the soul essence that money does not necessarily bring happiness in the way that humans have been programmed to believe that it does. And so I wanted for you to know that this is one of the reasons why you do not have an issue with money. This is one of the reasons why the money card came up. And we're saying broadly why you don't have a quote unquote an issue with money in the same way that other people are so struggling with their mindset about money right now. Does this make sense?
Understood. Yes.
Very good. Any questions about that lifetime before we go into galactic?
I know you said something about time periods not really mattering, but do you have a sense of the time period? And how would I have tens of thousands of past lives? Like that might be a silly question, but I just feel like that's a lot.
Yes, this is typical. This is typical. Every single, now we'll put it this way, because reality is a mere reflection and everything is connected through the energy of resonance. All of Christine's clients are old souls in some capacity. Now you're we said beginning old soul, getting to the point of being super old, we would put it that way. And so for all of Christine's clients, they have all had tens of thousands Christine's acknowledging there was actually one client who had millions of lifetimes. That is quite rare. However, for you, yes, you have. This is because reincarnation is real. This is because you came from source. And this is simply, this is just how we are struggling to explain exactly how and why this happens, but it just is. Does this make sense?
Yeah. Is it possible that someone can have more than one life at the same time?
Oh, yes, this is happening right now.
Yeah, that's
You
what
are
I thought.
living,
Okay.
yes, you are living the lifetime as a bank robber right now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm right now.
Yes, yes. And the way that it works is because your consciousness is tapped into this reality, into this human incarnation. This is why it's possible for time travelers to exist. They go in and out of different realities in the past and in the future because the linear time frame does not actually exist. Everything
Okay.
happens all at once. Yes, yes.
I have another question that is going to throw off everything. So I'm going to save it. But if we can keep going and do the galactic lifetime next, I'm going to come back to it.
Yes, give us a second because there's quite a few galactic lifetimes. Let's see which one's wanting to come through.
Okay.
Okay. Now there okay, we're giving Christine chills. Now there is an ET species called the Blue Avians. Have you heard of them?
No.
Now, this would be a subspecies of Blue Avian that you were. Avian meaning flying. Now, of course, Blue Avians in particular are very big, giant blue birds. They are a beautiful energy. Christine does channel them, but they're so high frequency, they do not stay in her channel long because it tires the body. But perhaps they can pop in at the end here and say hello. Now, you had a galactic past lifetime subspecies of Blue Avian, we would say, some sort of bird-like ET species. Christine does not have the vocabulary in her brain for us to share with you the exact name, but we're planting a seed so that maybe you can go down a rabbit hole here and discover for yourself. In this lifetime, this isn't, thank you. So the reason why this is coming through is because you, this was your favorite galactic lifetime as a soul, favorite, because you literally flew around so free doing whatever you wanted without a care in the world, not just flying around, but you would just do whatever you wanted in this lifetime. This was on a different planet. This was in a different universe. We're expanding your mind here and we're blowing your mind here a little bit to let you know that, yes, even different universes exist as well. So this was a different planet in a different universe. You were flying around so free and you loved it. And you actually lived about 200 years. ETs have a different lifespan than humans, of course. And so it's coming up because, okay, the reason this is coming up is because there is a desire from your guides here. Anytime that you do see a bird or anytime that you feel free, please know that you are actually connecting to this aspect of self, this galactic lifetime that you loved so much. Yes.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. So in what way it was just my favorite? So I guess, I don't know. I now I've asked, okay, I need to understand from you, like, and this might be a silly question, but the Lyrans, for example, or any ancient alien civilization, are you coming forward like, are you living right now in another dimension, or have you passed on and you're channeling the souls of the Lyrans? Do you know what I'm saying? I just need to be able to understand in my mind, like where this fits in, because I know where souls are who have passed and angels, but like, where are the aliens coming through?
Yes, very good. Now, this is a loaded question. Christine's saying to keep it short here because we can't go on now. Yes, we are living right now. We are living. We are not. We're not dead. We're not souls being channeled. We are coming from the sixth dimension, And for this reason, it's very difficult for us to actually come and present ourselves in a physical way in the 3D reality, because since we are from the sixth dimension, it's extremely, it is suffocating to try to get to this level of density to show ourselves physically. This is why we choose to show ourselves in different ways in the dream state, as signs and synchronicities, talking through a channel, talking through a human.
Okay.
And we also wanted to just plant another seed here that even when somebody quote unquote dies and goes to the other side is just a different dimensional space.
Right.
Heaven is typically whatever somebody expects heaven to be, because thoughts and beliefs create your reality even after death. But we just wanted to let you know that everything is a different dimension, whether or not a soul has died or not. Yes.
Okay. So So what I'm getting so far, I understand everything that you said, and thank you for clarifying because I just needed to understand for my brain. And it seems
Yeah.
like I'm on this journey, and I need to understand different modalities and read all of the books to get my brain to understand, and like then I can go forward to the next step. So it sounds like this, as far as the spiritual gifts and past lives, it seems like I still have free will. You're saying like whichever path I choose will be good, but is one path more successful than another? Am
Mm.
I more gifted as a healer? Am I more gifted as a medium? Like that's what I want to know. In this lifetime, like which path would be the most fulfilling, the most successful?
You are quite naturally a leader. Have you ever been in, have you ever felt as so? Have you ever liked to be in leadership type roles, etc.? Tell us about that.
Yes. And I've said that I'm ready to be a leader and a more like a business owner in my
Yes.
next step.
Yes, this is it. This is the most successful. Yes. Um, we're giving Christine full body chills. Now this is beautiful because you have a strong sense of self. You are on an intuitive spiritual awakening journey. You will know which way to go and which way to not go because you are deeply connected to your guides and your intuition, and you have boundaries. This
Mhm.
makes for a really good leader. And so, this is why we're planting the seed here that the more and more you go down this awakening path, which it's only going to accelerate from here. So, buckle up. It's going to be extremely exciting. You are meant to lead other people through this awakening path as well. If that is what you are wanting to do, if it's not something spiritual, just know that the most successful path for you is going to be one in which you are leading others because you have the heart for it, you have the capacity, and you have the brains for it. Yes.
Okay, so I understand, but I feel like I'm still not getting a clear answer on which modality.
Mm, this is because free will. Now,
I know.
yeah. Now, this is the reason why. It's because, one, we don't want to suck out the fun of the different adventures that are yet to come as you discover which modality to go down. There
Okay.
are different modalities that you're going to try where you're going to meet someone who is a stepping stone in your spiritual awakening path. It's not necessary. We gave Christine full body chills. Those were quite intense, Christine was saying. Now, there are people that you are meant to meet. And it's not necessarily that you're going to form long friendships with these people. It is just simply that one connection with one person through one modality can change your life in a way that you cannot even see. They can say something to you, they can say one thing to you, and that is changing you on the molecular, cellular, physical level in this 3D reality in some way. You're not conscious of it, but that is how the physics of this reality works. And so your guides are very urgently asking you to trust that you are being led little by little to the modalities that you need to experience, because there's different webs of information and people that are branching off of those experiences that are absolutely necessary for you to find. And that is why we have to be vague here, because it is declared by your higher self and your guides, if this makes sense.
Okay, so it sounds like I'm on the right path, but we can't be specific right now because can't know in the future, can't have certain details at this time.
Yes, and we're wanting to just add that wait, give us a second. Let's see what your higher self is saying. Yes. Now, what there is one now, of course, free will, but there is a workaround here if you would like. If you wanted to tell us something of what you're interested in, and we can tell you the potential match in resonance with your energy to see if it's worthwhile to go down.
Okay, so I never thought I would do Reiki before, but here I am. So I would say there's a Reiki interest, there's an Akashic Records interest, there's a past lives interest. Like, I don't know if that's going to be QHT, like hypnosis interest or a tarot card interest. There's a bunch of different interests. And I was pulling away from the mediumship. So that's also why I came here today to find out, like, I don't know what path to take and I need guidance.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now it's we're just wanting to point out something to you that this is we do have some energetic matches and mismatches to tell you about some of the modalities that you just listed there. So just hang tight for a second. However, we're just wanting to note that one of the spiritual holes that people fall into is this belief that they do need guidance, because you actually do not. And the more that you say it, the more that the more you acknowledge that, the more you're not trusting your intuition. So we're just wanting to point that out from our perspective. And so there's nothing wrong with that. Now we are getting some clear hits here that anything with hypnosis is going to take a large amount of patience from you. And patience right now is not something that you can allocate much energy to in terms of the life that you're living right now. And so it's not something that you can't revisit down the line, but we would not recommend going down the QHHT rabbit hole right now. We're also not getting a strong hit on Akashic records. Why? Because you are far too advanced to just be accessing the Akashic records. You are able to access them right now unconsciously. And here's the thing. Many people in the spiritual community are reading the Akashic records and they're teaching other people how to do it. That's not going to be lucrative for you. And it's not necessarily a space right now that needs a leader, because there are many out there. Now, of course, Christine's pushing back and saying, yes, there's many out there, but there's no leaders such as you, which is accurate. Yes, everybody has their own flavor and energy, but it's not something that we're picking up on as something that's extremely in resonance. Now, give us a second to see what else is popping up. Tarot cards will be very fun for you. Do you like do you like different artwork? Do you like different pictures? Or what is okay? There is a fun, not serious aspect to tarot reading that's actually going to help you to trust your intuition even more. We are wanting for you to use a tool such as pendulum or tarot cards, etc., because the tool itself is going to help you to trust your intuition further. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Now, what else? Did we miss a modality here? What else? How?
Yeah, I want to hear about Reiki too.
Oh, yes, you're quite naturally a Reiki practitioner. Go for the certification course. You're going to be mind blown.
Yeah, I've been in the middle of this. Should I do it? Should I not do it? And I paid for it. I'm going to do it, but I still feel like, is this just going to be a stepping stone? Is this going to open a door for me? Or am I going to be doing Reiki? I don't know.
Let us put it this way. You're not going to seek out to be a Reiki master that's teaching other people. It's already going back into that topic of Akashic record readers. It's something that you've already evolved past. Your soul knows very well how to do these things. What we're going to tell you is that Reiki is going to be very naturally incorporated in your practice. You're not going to need to seek out to be a Reiki master, but this course is going to give you the codes that you will need to be more activated. This is an activation more than any sort of analytical learning for you.
That's exactly how I felt about it, and thank you for validating.
Of course.
And when you said that I'm already reading the Akashic records, I also had a feeling that I was, because I constantly receive guidance. I constantly know, I constantly feel like it's coming from. So that was very validating. Thank you for saying that too. And I know we're running short on time, but I have to like switch to another gear now and ask another question.
Yes.
Okay. I've had a couple of like rare health issues in the past year. Like doctors have no idea how these things are happening and they have no explanation, but is there a message behind these, like, or has it impacted me in previous lifetimes?
Now, does this have anything to do with hormones, thyroid, throat region? What is this?
Not throat region.
Give us a second. More sacral region. Does this make sense? We're just scanning your body, and we're
sacral meaning
reproductive.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a yes. Okay. Now let us see what this. Okay. Very good. Okay. So yes, now this has a lot to do. Okay, from the soul level, it has a lot to do with the suppression of the feminine, How do we put it this way? Suppression of the divine feminine. This is not something that you would not be super conscious of this in this reality. Let us put it this way. Your soul being in this body in this lifetime is not used to not having as much freedom as you have had in various other lifetimes where you were extremely free to create, for example, anything that you want. Now, we bring back to your awareness that lifetime of being a subspecies of Blue Avian where you would create and you would fly and you would be extremely free. Now, it's not so much past lifetimes. It's more of being a high vibrational being in a low vibrational physical body. all physical bodies are low vibrational, by the way. We're just making that a point here. And so it has to do with the suppression of the feminine creativity that you were used to being able to express in past lifetimes. Of course, doctors would not know this. So now we're going to pause here to see if you wanted to share more information or how else we can clarify what this is.
No, that makes a lot of sense. It was like a reproductive thing. And in this lifetime, specifically in this time period right now, of course, I don't feel like I have freedom to create because
Yeah.
I don't have time to myself. So that's very interesting. It was last year I ended up having a major infection, and I was hospitalized and nobody knew exactly how I got there. And then, and then this year I ended up having shingles at 37 years old, which was like very rare and weird.
Mhm.
And I was wondering if both of those things, like, am I experiencing these rare, weird health issues to give me an experience where I can feel some sort of pain or understanding in order to carry me to a Reiki healing journey where I can connect with other people? Or am I just like going out far out there with that thought?
No, your experience serves because, of course, being a natural leader, and should you want to be a natural leader in the spiritual space, you will have to talk openly about these experiences to help and to heal other people. So, yes, it is partly so that you can have the experience to teach others. However, this does have a lot to do with the fact that you are mostly a galactic soul within a physical human body. And even though you've had tens of thousands of human lifetimes, this type of lifetime is extremely rare. Many souls are trying to come in and be a human right now because of the vibrational pull, the rise in the vibration. It is very odd. It's odd, but it's exciting to be a high vibrational being in a low vibrational body. And so part of it is that. And so that you can speak on your experiences. Now, shingles. Now, if you can just clarify for the channel, because Christine's wondering, and the information will come through it clear if she is questioning something. Shingles has to do with the skin, she is asking.
Yeah, it was a rash. It was on my back.
Let us see what this is about. Give us. Would you say that you were experiencing any sort of disarray during your lifetime at this time?
A little bit, but nothing on the scale of stress. I mean, I've been more stressed before. It wasn't, yeah.
Mm.
Everybody was shocked. It was more of like, what? You got shingles? How? Like that.
Yes, this actually seems very minor from our perspective. It doesn't have anything to do. Okay, thank you. Okay, the words that are coming through is organic physical reaction to your environment. This is something that it's not a past life thing. It's not a karmic thing.
Okay.
It is just a physical reaction to your environment in some capacity. It's not anything to worry about.
Okay.
Nothing there. But the other one has more of a deep meaning. Yes.
Okay. And then I know we're like already past 5 o'clock, but um, I had an out of body experience 2 years ago. And I just want to know if there was any meaning to that.
Mm. Give us a second here. Christine's laughing a little bit because in this moment, were you extremely surprised when it happened?
Yes.
Yes. We're showing you literally pop out of your body and go something like that.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So give us a second to see what your guides are teasing you and they're making Christine laugh. Hold on one second. Now, okay, this is one of those experiences where there's the meaning behind it is so that you can have the experience to speak on, but it was also because it's just simply because you could do it. This was contracted. This was something that you had in your blueprint to experience so that you can look back on it and say, wow, this is possible. I wonder what else is possible.
Okay.
That was mainly the reason for it, but your guides are teasing you and saying that you go out of your body often. You don't even realize it, but it was quite fun for them to see you have that reaction. Yes.
Oh, great. I'm so glad. So it's funny because what happened was I was dreaming, and in a dream, I was writing in a notebook on my bed, and I wrote, "When will I meet my spirit guide?" in the dream. And
Mhm.
then my soul was taken out of my body. I was flung up to the ceiling fast, like what you said. Like I felt it pop out, and I'm looking down at my body in the dream, but I didn't meet any spirit guide.
They were right around you. They said that they're talking right now. They're saying that the experience itself was it was at a level of such not a bad shock, but it was at a level of such shock that should you have also seen a spirit guide, you most likely would have not believed the experience as much because your spirit guides are not all human. So,
Mm-hmm.
should you have seen an extraterrestrial in that moment, you would have actually written it off as some sort of crazy dream instead of an actual out of body experience. And so that's one of the reasons they do not
Right.
present themselves to
And
you.
the reason I knew it was an out of body experience is because my physical body felt sick. My physical body in the bed was vibrating and felt like a drunk, spinny feeling, head to toe.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. This is quite typical for an out of body experience. And yes, we are validating you absolutely had this. You're not set to have any more quite to that degree unless you want
Okay.
to.
No, I do not want any more. Thank you very much. Please
Yes.
keep them far away from me. And I
Mhm.
also don't want to have any visions of aliens. Please keep those far away from me too.
Yes. 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 Christine's mentioning that your guides are not all humanoid looking either. And so that would be okay for you to feel them if you want instead of see them.
Okay. Two more questions. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So when I'm meditating, I am blank. I don't receive messages. It's very hard for me to focus. Is that because I have the claircognizance? Because that's what I've heard in the past. Or should I continue to practice? Is this going to help deepen my gifts? Is it going to activate me? Or should I just move on? Is there something that will activate me more besides
Um,
meditation?
we do have one question here. So when you, we're just clarifying, when you meditate, you get, it's blank. You don't get anything at all. You don't.
I'm really not like I'm having like random thoughts about throughout the day, but when I try to clear out my mind, I'm not receiving messages or visions.
You're just not trusting them. When it comes to the different messages. Now, let us put it this way: even the random thoughts from the day, some of those are messages. Some of
Hmm.
those are messages, different perspectives that are coming through from your guides to help you reframe a situation that happened and new insights coming from the day. That is quite all right to sit in meditation and have the mind wander in that way because
Hmm.
you are receiving guidance, but it's just it's an issue of discernment. Now,
Okay.
when it comes to the clairvoyance, again, there is a need to feel and know and trust your clairsentience and your claircognizance before you move into clairvoyance, because clairvoyance would scare the absolute shit out of you. And we're using Christine's words
Hmm.
right now. We don't mean that in a bad way. It's just there's literally everything and anything is possible, and you
Okay.
are opening up. And so anything and everything will come towards you. There's no need for you to protect yourself anymore. You are very supremely protected. However, that would be what we say about meditation. Continue if you feel like it, but don't if you don't want to. You actually have a very strong creative channel. And so
Hmm.
if you wanted to do more creative stuff, that could be your meditation.
I've heard that before. So that's very interesting. Could
Yeah.
you tell me about the nature of my connection with my husband?
Mm, very, very, very loving and old soul as well. So give us 1 second. He very much now we just want to validate for you that he very much supports you, even though he does not always understand. Yes, we're just
Hmm.
saying that there is such a high degree of and so let us see what would be the most relevant for you to know about your past lifetimes. 1 second. Okay, very okay, thank you. Now you have had some human lifetimes together. However, the majority of your lifetimes together have been in the galactic space. Now, of course, you don't want to go and tell your husband that he has been an alien before because he would probably not believe it. But we are planting that seed that one day you will and you can have that conversation with him. You have
Hmm.
had almost all. Give us a second. No, we're going to say about 50%, which is a large number. About 50% of your galactic incarnations, galactic lifetimes have been with your husband in some capacity. Not necessarily that you were married, but you had been in each other's lives in a strong degree in those lifetimes. And so this is why the love between you two is quite high vibrational. We put it that way because in the galactic space, living in different dimensional states, love is an extremely high vibration. You guys are quite used to having that high vibrational emotion for each other. It does not seem there's any toxicity. It does not seem that there's anything really low vibe between you at all. And so this actually stems from the galactic lifetimes that you have had together. What else would you like to know about this?
Yeah, that I had one more question because So interestingly enough, like as far as astrology is concerned, he is considered a young soul. And I wonder if his past lives, like if it's galactic, maybe that doesn't carry over into astrology. Maybe that would say like, oh, he might be an old soul in the galactic field, but a young soul for Earth. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes. Now, astrology is wonderful to look at to bring meaning into lifetimes now. However, it is pretty, let us find the word. It is pretty limiting in terms of, yes, galactic lifetimes. So
Okay.
that would be accurate if you were to look from astrology as far as it's developed today. That sure, you could consider him to be a younger soul. However, astrology is still missing a lot of really important points here because of the galactic ties. So you are right about that. Yes.
Okay. And then I felt intuitively, I felt like this was a newer relationship for me. Not that I had been with him before. I felt like this was a new dynamic for me with him and that he's here to support me coming out more as me. Does that make sense?
Yes, he is helping you in your authentic
Like
awakening
me
journey.
stepping more out. Right.
Okay, yes, you do have a stronger connection to your daughter from the soul level. You have had almost every single, wait, let us see what the number is. Okay, if you have about 50% of your lifetimes with your husband, you have had about 70% of your lifetimes overall with your daughter. She has been in your life in some capacity, yes.
And the other one, I feel like, is here more like to give me challenges in this lifetime.
She's very alien. She's very galactic. Your other
Interesting.
daughter. Hmm.
Okay. Can you tell me anything else?
Does she have any sort of behavioral issues, etc.?
I mean, a little bit, but not too much. No,
Okay.
she's just,
And
her,
for Christine's sake, give us her age.
she's almost 5.
Okay, give us 1 second. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Very interesting. Now, this is, of course, you have to take it as it resonates. She's giving Christine, we want to call it black sheep energy because that's what resonates with Christine mostly. That's why it's coming through the channel. Now, what we mean by that is she is just a little bit different. She has had different soul incarnations, and her evolution is actually, her evolution is beyond yours and your husband's and your daughter, your other daughter. Um, think of evolution as grade levels. She would have already graduated 12th grade, and you and your other daughter and your husband would be in ninth grade. Now, we're saying this symbolically. This is not anything that you should literally take. You have to take it with
Right.
a grain of salt. But
Right.
she's quite intelligent. She's not from a different galaxy. She does travel around with you guys, but she's very alien. And when we mean that, she has had far more galactic lifetimes than human lifetimes. Okay. Yes, above the hundreds of thousands, not quite to the millions, but above the hundreds of thousands, and a handful of human lifetimes. But when we say handful, please know it's not. It's more than 5. She has had many.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could you give me anything validating for this lifetime with her, just so that I know this is like a real message, not that I'm doubting you?
Yes. What are you? Can you please clarify what you
Like,
mean by this? We're looking into the intention. Yes.
yeah, could you just tell me like something that I know that your message is going to be true? Like, I just want to take this and say, wow, they were right.
Yes. So give us a second. Now, okay. We're not tapping into future stuff.
No.
And when it goes into this type of territory, what can happen then is the channel can doubt information that comes through because
Hmm.
she, being a human, Christine wants to be right. And so this is why it may not come through in the way that you may want it to. Um,
Okay.
but we are showing this daughter now. Okay, there is an image that we're showing Christine. We're showing her Barney, Barney the dinosaur. So this has something to do with your. Did you now? Let us put it this way: when you were a child, were you a '90s baby? What is this?
I can't believe you said Barney the dinosaur because you've just done it. You validated everything. Thank you very much. We don't have
Oh,
to
yeah.
keep going. That was crazy because they've been watching that on YouTube.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
That's so funny.
This helps the channel to trust
Thank
the
you.
information. Yes, of
And I
course.
have one last question for you, and it's kind of a funny one. And
Yes.
it's to help my husband understand all of this that's going on. And I promised him I would ask you.
Yes.
Were the Tartarians real?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
We have arguments over this.
Oh, is he in doubt of them?
No, he believes in them and I don't.
Now they are, now Christine doesn't know too much about them, so we cannot present too much information here. But remember, humans create. And so the more that a group of humans believe that something or someone was real, the more they are actually created on a different timeline. And so you're simply tapping into a different timeline where they did not exist. His consciousness is within a timeline where they did exist, if this makes sense. However, from our highest perspective, they did have they did have, we're putting it this way, they did have a stamp on the existence as it is now. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Wow, we went through everything. That was really amazing.
Oh, beautiful. Yes. Now, and we're going to allow for the Blue Avians to say goodbye before we bring back the channel. 1 second.
Okay.
Yes, these are the Blue Avians who are popping forward. We're just giving you a different taste of ET channeling so that you can pick up on our energy and you can see the way in which our vibration and frequency affects the channel. Now, you will notice that she's moving quite a bit more than she was with the Lyrans, and that is because we're very high frequency. We are validating this lifetime that you had as a subspecies of Blue Avian. Give us a second to see if there's more we can tell you about that. No, this is quite interesting. This version of yourself wants to continue to be free flying around in this in that lifetime in which it's living right now, and does not actually want to connect in this channeled session because they are being too free and do not want to connect to the density of this human. And so we're just validating that was you. They come and go in times when you see birds, etc. And so yes, these are the Blue Avians. We're just wanting to say that we are here and we can help you to connect to your authentic essence should you want. Yes.
Wow.
We are, yes, that is all we're going to bring back, Christine. Yes.
Oh my God.
That was cool. Hold on, I'm coming back.
Insane. Oh my gosh.
You're so funny. That is.
You've given me so much to think about, and thank you so much. I don't know if you remember, but thank you so much for validating like so many things that I had questions to. Like I don't even know what to say. I'm so blown away.
Aw, thank you.
That was amazing. So the Blue Avians?
Yeah, wait, let me. Where are they?
I'm thinking of just like Blue Jays. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Oh, here they are. Yeah. Okay. So this is like a cartoon rendition, but this is what
Oh my God, that's scarier than what I thought.
No, is it right? That's why they don't show themselves.
I thought they would be birds with wings. That looks like a person with arms.
Oh, so yeah, that's what the artist depicts them as. Yeah. So
Oh.
they I mean, there's so many different species out there. The reason they said Blue Avians is because that's the only species that I know of that's bird-like. So that's why they kept saying subspecies. The subspecies is very much like a bird. It's not humanoid. It's so funny because that aspect of self did not want to come through. They were like, no, I don't want to talk. I don't want to. Like they're so like far evolved beyond like. But that's you. Yeah, that's you.
That's wild. That was so cool. So how did you get, I'm sorry, I'm sure this is all over your YouTube and like I can do my own research on you eventually if I find the time, but I have you here right now. How the hell did you get into all of this? Like,
oh my God. It's so
give me your abridged version because I'm like, how they even said like our paths are similar. So I'm just interested. Yeah, I'm so interested. And
I love when this happens because I find a lot of information from you that helps me. You know what I mean? So first, let me say thank you for being so open because that's what allows for the channel to really open up. So this is you as well. And so oh my God, how do I even, okay, abridged version. Because I talked about abridged version.
I know, I don't want to take up your time, but I'm so interested.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I've always been into spirituality. I had my first, my first boyfriend got me into crystals, which led me into tarot, which led me into psychic abilities. And then I had my first alien contact experiences. And then what ultimately happened was I had my son, you know, like having babies is a portal and it's so activating.
It is.
Yeah. Once my son. And so this was 2024.
Okay.
I had my son and I was working the 9 to 5. Like I was climbing up the corporate ladder. I'm a Capricorn. I've always done that. I was in
Mhm.
HR. Like I was
Mhm.
like,
I was in HR. Oh
really?
my
See, isn't
gosh.
that crazy?
And you're from New York. We have to be friends after
Yeah,
this. I'm
I know
sorry.
you can
We
be.
have to actually be friends.
Wait,
Yeah.
what part of New York?
I'm in Westchester. So I'm like right outside the city.
Okay, I'm in Buffalo. I have no idea where that
Yeah,
where.
I know. You're in Buffalo. That's why I was like, but she's from New York. She's
Oh,
got two little kids. It's so
yeah.
great. Yeah.
Oh my God, we can definitely be friends. We'll hang out. Let me know if you ever come to Buffalo.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
My
gosh.
spare time, but
Or
at least we have each other.
I know,
What?
or at least like a retreat or something. I'd love to put like some sort of retreat together.
Oh man. Oh
Um,
my gosh.
yeah,
Okay, so you were in HR?
I was actually before HR. I was pursuing a career with the State Department, the government,
Oh wow. Okay.
and that kind of fell apart because of COVID. Which thank God, because I would have been in the government with a bunch of fucking reptilians, or like who knows, who knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, after I had my baby, I was like, holy shit, I can't go to the 9 to 5. Like literally aliens are
Yeah.
they're so I just remember sitting in a meeting in HR in the HR like meeting, whatever,
Yeah.
and people were bitching about emails. And I was like, we're bitching about emails when there's fucking like underground tunnels, like there's all this shit going on. Like I was like not okay with that. So I had my
Yeah.
I started I remember the day that I posted my first TikTok video about my alien visitation. And I
Mm.
did not want to post it, but I did it anyway because my higher self was like, do it, do it, do it. So 2024 is when I started posting on TikTok. And then like the rest is history. But it's fucking scary. It is
Yeah.
so scary. I didn't actually start channeling until the beginning of this year.
No way.
Yeah, it's a gift that was activated. So like we literally activate each other. This is why the guides were so because I do remember this. They were so strict with you about
Mhm.
follow your intuition. You're gonna meet people who activate who you learn
Yeah.
thing. Um so yeah, I started working with a mentor and she helped to activate it, and then now I help to activate things. And so I mean the rest is history. It was scary to like tell my
Wow.
friend this is what I'm
I
doing.
was gonna ask you, so what does your husband say and like how does he feel about it? Is he spiritual or not? And like you don't have to
He's
tell me,
more
but I
open.
would really like to know.
Yeah, he's no problem. He is more open.
Yeah.
We joke though because he's like, Christine, I had no idea. Like I knew that you were into crystals, but I had no idea you were into aliens. And I was like,
Yeah.
Chris, I never knew that I was into aliens either. Like this just fucking
Yeah.
started happening to me.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
cool. Obviously, it's still not a problem. It's still a challenge because he's blue collar,
Hmm.
like with the guys at work, and they
Hmm.
all know that I'm like the crazy alien lady. Um, so there's still a lot of difficulty in it. But when you start trusting the path and trusting the intuition, and you're just like, well, fuck it, their thoughts don't matter
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Continue on, yeah.
Have
But
you like lost friends or anything from it?
oh
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Okay. That's
100%.
my fear too.
But when and if that happens, they're just
Yeah.
not in alignment with you anymore.
Yeah.
And you start meeting new friends like me or like other
Yeah.
people who are like way cooler,
Right.
you know?
Oh wow. Okay.
It's it's a journey, and like you're not alone. If you do need more help with like the coming out cosmic journey, let me
Yeah.
know because I
Yeah.
can definitely give you more insights. There's just so much that I could say. I,
Yeah, no, sure. And you should make a thing like some kind of a class or something. Like I'm telling you right now,
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people struggle with this. And I'm not even coming out over aliens. Like I'm just being like, hey guys, I'm really spiritual now. I'm going to take a Reiki class. I have a tarot deck. Like, and I'm not even doing anything yet. So,
And that's what I was going to focus on is it's it's a live program that I want to do that's not it's not focusing on ETs or channeling, although it's going to be a component. It's literally like the journey of like how do you even fucking navigate this awakening
yeah.
path, right?
Yeah.
Because once you start standing authentically in what's true for you, that is when your psychic abilities explode. So
Yeah.
getting people to there is like that's my mission.
I feel like I've been telling a lot more people lately, and I'm meeting more people and finding out, oh, wow, they're spiritual too. So
Mhm.
it has been like unfolding more. I feel like today was definitely activating
Oh
this
yeah.
whole thing, like you said. And I'm like excited, but how can I get in touch with you? Like, what is the best way to get in touch with you? Like,
I love that. So this is actually, let me send you something. Hold on a second.
okay.
Because this is the best way, because I am inundated with like DMs on social media.
Yeah.
So I pay a lot of attention to my school community. It's free to join.
Okay.
And if you message me in there,
Okay.
um,
It'll come up easier for you.
oh my God, yeah. Because even like the messages on Penn site, like this is where I just chatted you. I can't keep up with those either, but the school community is the best. And there's a lot of really cool people in there. But even if you feel like joining just so you can message me, like that's fine too.
Yeah, I need to look into that and see like how to join and figure that out. But that's really cool. Like, I'm so impressed. You've only been channeling this year in 2026.
Well, okay, so the guides are like yelling at me right now because so it's like a process, right? So like I started reading tarot when I was 19. I'm 32 now. So
Yeah.
over many years, that is when I guess you could say that I started like intuitively channeling. But when we not like this, not like
Yeah.
this, but like they're just clarifying that opening up your channel and intuition, that's the beginning stages of it. So since I had been doing that for years and I put myself out there constantly to do readings, then it was January. Actually, I have a podcast episode out when I spontaneously started channeling.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
literally on my podcast, I was like, I don't know, I feel like I have to just like say something, and so you should listen to that. I'll put
I
that in
will.
the
Yeah,
video.
send me that. How do you find the time to like do this? You have two little kids. That's a real question coming from me.
So I'm gonna put this in here so that I don't forget. I mean, I'm so blessed to have a husband who supports me in all of this. So he's a huge help, and he's such a good dad. I could not do
Yeah.
it without Chris.
Well, so is mine upstairs right now. Yeah.
They're letting us do our thing, and
Yeah.
I have to give him so much credit.
Mhm.
I have a friend who babysits for me sometimes, but yeah, it's difficult. It is
Yeah.
difficult to do it, but
Yeah.
when you feel like a passion for it, and I love meeting new people, it gets easier, you know?
This is inspiring to me. Like, you are inspiring to me because I feel like I'm here with these kids all day and I don't have time. But
Yeah.
like, it's nice to see that you unfolded so much and you have two little kids and
Aw.
you're doing it. Like, that makes me feel inspired. So
Aw,
thank you. How old is your son? Is he 2 yet?
he just turned 2.
Oh my gosh. Happy birthday. I have a 20-month-old.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah. So she'll be 2 in November. And my
So
other one is
girls.
my other one is turning 5 in July 17th. And my birthday is on Sunday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
What is this Sunday? My husband's birthday is on 7/11. So next
Oh
week
my gosh.
I have to get him something.
Bunch of Cancers.
Cancer, yeah. My
Yeah.
son's the Cancer. He just made the cusp of being Cancer though. Just made it.
Wow.
Literally, if he was born in the morning, he would have been a Gemini. But he was
Oh
born.
my gosh.
Yeah, that would not have been good for me.
Oh wow. And you're a Capricorn. When's your birthday?
December 22nd.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm also a triplet, but there's 2 boys.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Not for my parents, but it's pretty cool for me.
Well, I mean, and your dad is so sweet. I saw him on like a couple of your things.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah.
I had no idea that he has had actually a lot of alien experiences. It wasn't until I started coming out cosmic that he started telling me his story.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, where have these stories been all my life? He's like, well, I didn't have anybody to tell. Like, he literally saw physical aliens when he worked for the military, and so that's like a whole other rabbit hole. That's the whole thing.
Did you put that on a podcast or something? Because that's interesting.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah. Okay.
well, we talk about it on Alien Talks with Dad. So we go on live. It's a lot of my stuff's on TikTok because that's where I really started. And so yeah, I'm gonna start recycling all that stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of stuff that like, well, I do remember this from your session. They said buckle up because you're accelerating.
Yeah. What is that? Help me.
I mean, it's just, well, it's not just where you are in your path, but I think it's because of the fire horse energy of like this year, like everything's moving really, really quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so weird. They're showing me like an explosion and like you just like taking off. So that's just the energy of what's gonna start unfolding for you in your awakening. So that's, yeah, buckle up, girl.
I will. So is your channeling, do you constantly get like just like that? Or are you still in the trance right now? You're not.
I'm not in
You
trance.
can just like receive information just like that. Like, ooh, I'm seeing this. Like it just comes to you.
Oh yeah, that's a good distinction. That's
You know
a
what
good
I mean?
question. So yes, I'm seeing and I'm hearing stuff with the clairs.
Yeah. So
When I
it's in your third eye. You're like, you can see. Okay.
Yeah, but I will say that like my third eye is not as developed as like my other abilities.
Okay.
My claircognizance, the knowing, and the clairsentience, like you, those are like
Yeah.
the strongest ones. Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the
I'm
clair
so glad we did this.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
was awesome. Thank you so much. And I want to refer you to people. I have so many people, but like now you're on pause. How long are you going to be on pause for, you think?
So I think I'm just gonna do it for like just the booking. I guess I could open up booking. So this was my game plan. I was only gonna take a month off of one-on-one. So like I'm still doing one-on-ones in July, but the booking is cut off.
Okay.
And then August, because I want to launch the program, I need to like create in August. So I feel like realistically, maybe starting back up in September.
Yeah.
But there is one more thing I'll send you in this chat. And this is where anybody can like find the one-on-one wait list, because then they can like I'll email right away when they're open.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to share it with my husband and I want him to do it eventually.
Oh,
But I
cool.
know my other spiritual friends are going to be like, oh my God, this is awesome. I got to do it too. So
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for the referral. And the video will be up as well in like a couple of minutes in
Okay.
the chat.
Okay.
So feel free if you want to like send it around. If you don't know how, I think I can download it on my computer since it's my pen.
Okay.
I can send you a link. But yeah, this has been great.
No, I
Thank you so
definitely
much.
want to download it for sure. Will it be up for more than a couple days?
Oh, it's always in your Pensite account. Yes.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
That you joined, it's always going to be here. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Christine. And thank you for all your time and your answering my questions. Like, that's so nice.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's great to connect with somebody who's like so similar. So thank you.
No.
You validate me as well. So thank you for
Good.
your and yeah, we'll be in touch again soon.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely talk to you. I was meant to meet you. So I'm glad I have a new friend.
Yes, two New Yorker. Well, New Yorkers, but
yeah. Right.
Awesome. Thank you
You
so
have
much.
a great day. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.